Hello. Haven't seen you guys in a while. So, new project. We will take a look at what we have here. So a couple of weeks ago, I have found a project car that needed a little help. And like many things that I've done, decided to dive all in, and then now it's a little overwhelmed, but that's all right. So we'll take a look at what it is and what kind of condition that it's currently in. I actually started to do some work, just haven't had the chance to do a ton of video, because as soon as I got this project car, it's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, and I just decided to go at it without actually documenting anything. Just like take some pictures, so I may throw up some pictures during this video. Alright, so this is a 1995 325i. It is an E36. I have wanted to get a drift car for a long time. Just money, skill set, tools, garage space. Never really had any opportunity to find a car. I used to have a 240 SX when I was in college. Had to get rid of that because I just didn't have room to work on it. So this is a relatively new and exciting opportunity. I am at a point where I know what I wanted to do with it. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be succeeding at it, but we shall see. So this car has been parked for a while. A local drifter has an extra project car that he decided that he wants to part ways with. It looks pretty clean. It's 4-door. However, it is an automatic, so I need to do a manual swap for it. The car itself is pretty fun. Starts right up, so there are a number of things I need to do for the engine, but overall it still does work. Coming back for the rear side, the original plan is to get suspension work done, brakes done, get out on the road and go from there. I actually found some pretty good suspension looking thing. It's not crazy, but it's not you know, it's got something to start with. Oh, hey. So, got a full set of coilovers, and I was going to put it in, but I'll show you guys what the problem is for the foreseeable future. Alright, so, as you can see, there's not supposed to be a hole here. I knew I wanted to drive a drift car, so the condition of it wasn't too big of a deal. It's always been a project of mine that I wanted to learn as I go anyways. There was a little tiny hole over here previously, and then the way that these E36 works is over here is supposed to have a one piece covering this area, and then there's another piece that covers basically the outskirts of this area over here. And what happened was, I think there was a grommet here, and that's the only place that I can think of that rust had gotten in or water had gotten in. And so in between all of that, between this piece of metal and this piece of metal, everything was rusted in between. So you can see there are like a good amount of rust inside over here. So my previous week, I had basically cut out all of this and I had revealed the piece inside that's also rusted. So last weekend I had cut everything out. You can see the cut job, very, very professional. So I'm gonna have to weld that back in it as well. There's some more rust, and also it's been sitting for about a week, and I'm guessing there's a little bit more rust that's developed. So I need to take care of that pretty soon. So today's job, if I can record it, is to hopefully dive into this location over here. The goal is to cut out all of these over here because that's not usable anymore, and then I'll get a grinding wheel to grind as much as I can, and I'm hoping if I could get a Dremel tool or something, or some kind of a grinder inside to trim, because if you look at underneath here, let me see if I can go underneath over here. Now it looks bad over here, but as far as going a little bit further in, that's about all the rust that I can see. Because behind here, whoa, hey, too much. Behind here, there's not really any rust. So there's a fine line that was cut of where the rust stops. And so I am hoping I can just trim all this, grind this out, and then maybe stick a cutting wheel inside to see how much rust I can get through. If I can get through all that rust, then perfect. If not, I don't know if you can see those 3 spot welds. If I can't do it, then I'll have to get a spot weld drill bit to drill them out, get this little puck out of the way, grind everything, and then weld everything back in. I've also never welded before, so that's going to be very fun. I think, yeah, so the idea is to grind as much as I can off the rust, and then if I have more time this weekend, I will be taking out the exhaust and then get it prepped, because the entire rear subframe is going to have to come out for me to weld, for me to do everything else. And once that is all good, if I can take, I'll probably have one of my friends help me drop the subframe. Once I drop the subframe, I will be able to refresh the subframe, weld the subframe, reinforcement, and all of that. You know, all the little things that E36 apparently will have. The cool thing that I like about the E36 is that the jobs aren't awful. It does take a little bit of money, but a lot of money that I've spent so far has been tools and time. The amount of skill set is not a whole lot. The amount of money that needs to be involved for these projects isn't awful either. So if you can find an E36 that's auto and you're willing to do all of the work, switching everything out for a drift car or maybe track car, who knows, that might be something that you're into as well. And yeah, once I finish everything, maybe I'll do like a build breakdown and see how much it cost me so far. All right. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and change into my PPE and then do some grinding. So, did some grinding. Oh, some grinding work. Yeah, I am trying to figure out what's the next course of action. Because let me see if I can do this here, number here. Okay, there we go. All right. So, where you can see here, with all the rust that we had before, mostly taken care of, but I started cutting into the seam, and it seems like the rust ends right there, meaning that there were no air pockets inside. The original weld was really done perfectly, and so I don't think I need to cut any further. But let's see here. If we can see underneath here, right there is where a lot of the rust is still existing, underneath on this side, and on this side as well. I think I'm going to need to pause that project for now. That's as much rust as I can take care of without dropping the subframe. So the next portion of my project, for the day at least, is to do some cleanup. You can probably see I have a ton of tools I need to take care of. And then There's also a lot of debris. What I'm planning on doing is to go ahead and clean up all the tools, move some of the boxes around, move the wheels out, clean up everything that's underneath here. And then I will try to tackle the exhaust, because this exhaust needs to come out and it's kind of rusty and it looks kind of gross, and I'm gonna do a project on the exhaust anyways, so I'm gonna take that out and then go from there. Okay. Alrighty. It's cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and take off the exhaust from the mid pipe. Perhaps we'll put a stopping point. Let's see if I can focus. Yeah, stopping point to this little project here. Not too big of a deal, I don't think. But number one, I need to get smaller tools to see if I can get rid of the rest of the rust. But the rust is basically just about an inch that goes in here. About an inch that goes towards the middle, and then it ends up here and then starts again. The rest will start again in there, but see if I can get some angle here. Oh, let's see. Yep, so you can see where the rust is over on this side. And so what's happening is it will end at some point, but I need to essentially grind as much as I can, but perhaps using a smaller tool. Time to get underneath here and take a look at everything underneath. It's not a ton of rust, but there are some surface stuff that I need to clean up. Of course, bushings are done. And yeah, outside of that, it's not awful. I'll probably have to get you guys a different view, and then we'll go back. We'll put back up from somewhere around here, I'm guessing, because right there is where I need to cut. Let me come back. Whoa, hey. Yep. I'm gonna take care of this right here.
Hello again, this is me from several hours later. So the camera didn't record some of the process, but it's only 4 bolts on the flanges and then 2 more at the muffler to take out the muffler from the mid pipe back. I believe the flanges had a 12 and a 13 on all 4 bolts, and then the muffler side had a 2 13 bolts that you need to remove. I had to get some PB Blaster on it. It wasn't too bad on the flanges side, but I did break off one of the bolts on the muffler side. I did take it out, and on the video it shows there are some rusts on the bottom side of the muffler, so I'm most likely not going to put it back. I'm probably going to straight pipe it from the back after the cat, so it's gonna be fun. My next step is to remove the entire rear subframe so that I can weld in some reinforcement plates. I can clean up the subframe itself. I'll be able to replace all of the bushings. I'll replace the really important diff bolt. I will be welding the diff, and then also replacing the camber arms. It seems like since I have it all out, I'll just replace those. And then once I put everything back in, new coilovers, new brakes, I will most likely replace the brake calipers as well. And then going back into this, once the rear subframe is done and dusted and I'm putting it back in, the entire rear end of this car should be done, and then I can move forward with doing the engine work, doing the front suspension work, and then we'll go from there. So I don't really have an outro. If you can give me some ideas, that would be great. As always, like everybody else is saying, like and subscribe if you can. All right, thanks guys.